This is Walter Fields for nsn.threeLadies.flv, and we're coming to you from the campus of Johnson C. Smith University here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're actually in the balcony of one of the most amazing buildings I've seen on a college campus, Biddle Hall. It is a fabulous auditorium. It's apparent that the university has taken great care in preserving this historic structure. And, we thought we'd come in here because I think this sort of lends itself to the historic nature of tonight as we're here on election night 2008, anticipating history to be made with the election of the first black president of the United States. But I'm here with three of Johnson C. Smith University's finest, and we've been talking because they're all alumni from the 2000s. So they're recent graduates, but I have Lauren Scott, who is currently with Grant Thornton in HR. She leads the campus recruiting efforts, and she was actually Miss JCSU in 2002 and 2003, and a graduate in 2003. And then we have Angel Cunningham, who's a disability case manager for Liberty Mutual and a member of the class of 2007. And Lauren Scott, we had Lauren Scott, Jontel Scott. Yeah. We have two Scotts. You sure you're not related? You know, that's 6 degrees of separation. An admissions counselor here at Johnson C. Smith University, class of 2000. So she just decided it was so good she just couldn't leave and stayed here. But, we wanted to get your impression as J.C. Smith University alums about what tonight means to you. I mean, you are recent graduates. So for you, you don't necessarily have the perspective of some of the older graduates that we talked to who graduated in 1960 and 1965. But I could imagine that even as early as 2003 or 2007, you might have never anticipated that we'd see this night in our country. So just share with me a little bit about what tonight means to you.
Well, actually, it's interesting because I think back to my classes here at JCSU, and our professors were going over history and our different ethics and history classes, and you just kind of talk about what it would be like to have the first African-American president. And so to now actually see it, it's actually very exciting, and you're very proud in the end. And to be able to partake in it, I think, is something that we'll always cherish, I think, being not only alums of the university, but just as an American citizen.
I feel that as a young alum graduating from Johnson C. Smith, being able to take part in a change, being able to say that we witnessed a change is something it's a pinnacle moment in history. It's something that we never thought that we would be able to see, but it's a story that we'll be able to tell to our children, to our grandchildren. As we were told about the Civil Rights Movement and all the things that came before us and how we got to this moment, and just to be able to be a part of that is amazing.
I'm just going to hand the mic over to you so we don't have to.
I think for me, it's a moment that was kind of scary at first because you think about the different things that went on just for us to have the right to vote. So to think of having a black president and just what type of things that he may face in 2008, because, racism is real and it still exists. And so it's a kind of scary feeling, but you have to just, put your faith in God and knowing that, that this is somebody that is going to do something different for the country and that he'll be protected. And so I think that was really the issue for me, is just being a little nervous and scared, but knowing that it was the right decision to vote for Barack Obama. So, it's just something that it's just been overwhelming, but something to look forward to.
Now, as recent graduates, you are just beginning your careers. And so I could imagine in this time of economic uncertainty that you're thinking a lot about what you may need to do to prepare yourselves for the long haul, because I think many of us who are witnessing this downturn are all a bit concerned because we've never seen the country in this dire straits in our lifetimes. What's the conversation among your peers about what's going on in the country right now?
It's very interesting, especially being in HR. I see and hear about a lot of experiences. I get resumes on a daily basis from students who just graduated and there's no opportunities that are available just because of the shortage of jobs. But really just to remain positive, and we kind of talk about, although there's not an opportunity, just keep trying. And I think although sometimes our hearts and our souls are, and minds have been really challenged at this time, but as we come together, I think that's the most important thing, is just to really come together and allow things to happen. And I feel with Barack Obama being president that would happen.
I think the main thing with us, we're trying to figure out how to better ourselves. How can we become better citizens? We're just starting out. We're first-time home buyers. We're just going out into the work field. So we're thinking of the things in the future that we can do to better ourselves. How can we expand on our education, different things like that. And that's the kind of the main conversations that we're having, as far as what can we do to be competitive in the world, in the economy. What can we do to better ourselves? And I think that we look at the changes that he's talking about, Barack Obama, and all the things that he has, just wanting to see those come to fruition. Those are the things that we're talking about.
I think for the most part, my company, we talk more about how this is a time where if you don't plan, you're going to fail. And a lot of our plans have changed from when we first came to school in 2003 of what we wanted to do. Oh, once we get out of school, that's it, just going to get a job, it's over. And now people are really realizing that you have to continue to get higher education, because what a bachelor's degree meant in 2003 doesn't mean anything now. And it's like they always said just a high school degree doesn't mean anything. But now it's like bachelor's, okay, are you going to get your master's? Are you going to get your doctorate? So it's just I think it's a drive and a push that really what this society needed, that to realize that there's more out there. And if it's out there, why not get it? It's different when we couldn't have those opportunities. Now we have the chance to get those opportunities, so we need to grab them.
Now, when I walked around campus today, what really shocked me, and I actually had to laugh, when I looked at the students, they all looked so young. And I wondered, do they really understand the moment that they're in right now? Because when you're a freshman, you're not necessarily as mature as you will be when you graduate from this institution. And I wonder if you could just think back to your days here at Johnson C. Smith, and what were the experiences that really shaped you as a student, that allowed you to be the successes that you are today? Because I think for the students who are on campus today, they look at you as successful people and don't necessarily know how they're going to get there, or may even believe that they won't get there because they just can't see it while they're in this moment. So what were some of the things that this institution did for you while you were here to help to get you to where you are today?
I definitely would have to say just acquiring as many mentors as possible. That is so important. And with mentors, it was alums, it was board of trustees, it was our past president and different professors. I utilized them as mentors and saw them as, that's what I want to achieve. I want to do well. I want to make a place for myself here in society. And with me gaining so much from my mentors, I felt that the only thing that I could do is give back to the university and be a mentor to some of the students. I enjoy coming back on campus and doing presentations to the business students, and because it's important for us as alumni to, as we become successful, we have to be able to give back to those who are coming behind us, whether they're freshmen or seniors, and serving as mentors for them as well.
I would definitely say it's the professors, it's the people that you surround yourself with. It's your opportunity is what you make of it. And I personally would definitely say the professors, getting to know them on a one-on-one level. You have that small-knit community, that family environment, and use those opportunities to just kind of pick their brains, see what they went through, some of their experiences. And also definitely coming back on campus, it's great to see a familiar face. So being able to come back on campus and maybe someone seeing me that knew me when they were a freshman and seeing that, yes, I have, become successful or gained some type of success, that's motivation for them. So it was definitely like that for me, and I would definitely love to give back to the school and come back and educate other people on how I got to where I am, the things that I did, and definitely just come back and see what can I do to help out, how can I help the school, how can I make the community better.
I would definitely have to say it is a cycle. Basically, right now my sister is a freshman here. And just to know that there are positive role models on campus besides myself that are, making sure that she's doing the right things. There's so many mentoring programs on this campus, and I know that's what helped me. I was a first-generation college student. It just really, really shaped me to know that somebody cared about my well-being. And I have this argument with colleagues and friends all the time that there's nothing like attending a HBCU, a private institution, a small institution. You're in a classroom with 20 to 30 students at the most, and a professor that knows where you are. They see you in the caf, they see you in the business office, they see you everywhere, so that it's a constant reminder how important your education is. So just having that close-knit environment was what was essential to me, and I know it's essential to the students here now.
Well, we want to thank all of you. This is a classic example of what a historically black college produces. And we have three fine graduates from the 2000s, Lauren Scott, class of 2003, Angel Cunningham, class of 2007, and Jontel Scott, class of 2007. We want to thank you for stopping by and talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.